Well, hello, it's Eddie Goodman again with Tug and Jug's Catfish Tournaments. I just want to bring up some information and show you guys a few things that I've learned over the years. I've actually been jug fishing since the late 80s. I know I'm retired and stuff and I'm an old man, but you know, this is how we learn, teach stuff to our younger generations. What I want to talk to you about is your main line on your jugs. Of course, you got your end here where you hook up your weight. Then you got your drop loop right here to take and put your hooks on, your lines, your leader lines and stuff. And whenever I started fishing jug lines a long time ago, I did like everybody else does, and I see this all the time still yet today, is people will attach a jug line, to the main line, a leader line, and then put a bait on there and then put it out. But if that leader line is straight up and down like this is right here, your bait and hook is up against the main line. That fish comes up and grabs it, it interferes with the hookup ratio. That's what I want to point out to you. It's something to think about. Well, whenever I was watching the rod and reel guys and all these YouTube videos and stuff, I see that everybody likes to take and put a peg float on their leader line, so that way it will take and raise that bait up off the bottom, make it easier for them fish to take and hook up on the line. So that's whenever I started incorporating this rig. My idea was I attach it to here. The float helps float this away from the main line, and whenever that fish comes up and hits it, it gets a little bit better hookup ratio, which I really like that. It really worked out great and everything. And I've caught a lot of fish this way, a lot of fish. Well, over time and everything, I did away with my leader line, and I took and put a trot line clip on there where I can clip on and off my hooks to whenever I'm bringing up my line, I got a fish on, I just unclip these off and lay them over to the side. So that way I don't have to worry about that fish jerking it back and running that hook into my hand. It's got the trot line clip, the swivel, the quick clip, and then my hook. Well, that made this weigh a little bit heavier than my other old traditional ones. But it worked out pretty good, because what I did then is some of the guys are using a system like this right here. See how it's hanging down? But when you put the weight on there and your float is on there, it actually takes and raises it up and moves the bait away from the main line. Just like that. But if your line goes slack, of course, it's going to pull down, but it's not going to pull down all the way. Well, this year I'm going to try something different. I am going to went through my wife's sewing needles, dug out one that she had. It's a little bitty tiny needle with a braided nylon cord on the end of it that I had put through there. And she kind of got mad at me about that, because I think it was supposed to be used for yarn. I told her I had to buy her a new needle. But then I went to this. I'm going to try this year. This line right here is one that I added, and it actually holds this away from the line all the time, the main line. So this, I think, is going to be an improvement. Now, there's guys out there running different pieces of angled metal in here and trying to keep this straight out like this. And I've had a lot of comments and stuff about it when I talk to people about it. Well, the catfish is going to get tangled up in it. Well, for what I'm doing, the fish is not really going to be down there that long fishing tournaments. You know, you check your lines a lot more often and stuff. And I check mine quite a bit anyway, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. But I'm going to try it this year and see how it works. But this is what I wanted to point out to you guys and help enforce our code of ethics. Our code of ethics is learn and share. And this is what I want to do with y'all. And I want to take and start posting more videos, and then taking and teaching more. So we're going to share our information. So if you got any comments or anything like that, be sure and leave them down there. I'll read through them, get back with you, and answer questions. But I want 2024 season to be a great year. So I'm really looking forward to a great year out here on the lakes that we're going to be going to in our tournament series. And I want to see you out here at our tournaments. Later.